Hey, so today's video is about weight loss and it's a serious one. So it's my weight loss Q&A type of thing. After I posted my original weight loss video in which I talk about my story, how I lost those kilograms, showing you some pictures and stuff, I started getting a lot of emails, a lot of messages, and I tried to respond as much as I can, but I just thought it would be easier for me if I film right now this Q&A. Now, I am not a fan of filming these types of videos. I'm not a fan of talking about weight loss. This is why I have only one video about this. And that's because I am not a doctor, I'm not a specialist. And everything that I did and I do by myself, with my own research, and everything is adjusted to work for me, for my body. And the most important thing that you need to understand is that we are different. So what works for someone may not work for you, especially because weight loss is closely connected, to your lifestyle, to your own body, to your own features. So this video should be more like an inspirational type of thing. You should never relate fully on videos like this on somebody else's experience. And I always encourage people before starting, something like this, to do their own research, because first of all, you adjust everything to your own needs, and secondly, your brain is working. You are involved, and that means that you are ready for the change. It means that you really want this. And also, don't wait. Don't wait for something. Don't wait that your problem, if you have one, will be solved in time, or that, I don't know, one day you will wake up and you will be like a supermodel, because this will never happen if it don't work. So of course I posted a picture on my Instagram, asking if people have some kind of questions regarding this topic, and yes, they did have. And the first question was actually about the initial steps I took, how I started, all this. And I think I already talked about this, but basically I worked with the psychological aspect more. So I started controlling myself. I started controlling my brain. I was thinking, how my life can change if I switch to that new lifestyle. Also, of course, I was thinking about my health, because especially in the summer days, I was just literally choking. It was really hard to carry that extra fat, really hard, and I was sweating a lot and I was just like a mess. In my family, on my father's line, we have a lot of big people, so I knew that, I have this in my genes. Every time somebody new will see me, they always were saying, "Oh, you look just like your father," and that's it. This was my main feature, because my father is big. Going back to psychology, I think a really important pillar for me was, and it is, that I stopped victimizing myself. I stopped thinking that I am so unfortunate, I am so unlucky. And in those kind of moments, I always think about people that are truly unfortunate, people that have a serious disease, people that don't have where to live, people that don't have what to eat, people that don't have a part of their body. This is a serious problem, and not the fact that I am oversized, I do nothing, I lay in the bed all day eating pizza and Nutella. Another step is to think about food that I need to eat and food that I don't need to eat. To have, that delimitation in mind. And by food that I need to eat, I mean food that is healthy, that I love eating, and that will give my body everything it needs. And for me, it was very important to find something that is healthy and that I love eating, because if you don't like the food, you will not be able to maintain that new lifestyle. How long did it take to lose weight and to see the first results? So I started this almost 3 years ago, I think. But the biggest part of fat I lost which was 34 kilograms. I lost in 1.5 years. So yeah, results, I think after 1-2 months, something like this. So what you eat and how much. So for you to have an idea, my base is vegetables, fruits, quinoa, buckwheat, seafood, fish, oats, nuts, and sometimes I can eat eggs also, but not so much. And in the past I was also using some kind of sweeteners like honey, stuff like this, but I don't use those anymore because that's still sugar and I don't need that. Sometimes I can drink almond milk or soy milk, but I make it you know, myself. I don't buy the ones from the store because those can contain cane sugar or different kind of oils and nasty things, so I don't need that in my life. So lately I've been eating fruits in the morning. I love starting my day with fruits, papaya, bananas, apples. Maybe sometimes I can eat some nuts, but a moderate amount. And yeah, that's it for like a breakfast. I don't drink smoothies and shakes and whatever. I like to eat my banana, not to drink it. Then for lunch I like to have a big bowl of salad with some quinoa, with some, I don't know, salmon or tuna, something like this, or any kind of lunch that I showed in my healthy meal ideas videos. And I like to eat a lot for lunch, a lot. And dinner, sometimes I can skip dinner if I don't feel like I want to eat something, but if I eat something for dinner, it's really light, like a salad, but only with vegetables. And somebody asked about snacks. I don't eat in between. I don't eat any kind of snacks usually, but if I feel like I need to eat something, I don't know, I just eat like an apple or any kind of fruit. And everything that I eat is either boiled, baked, or in a fresh form. I don't eat fried food. Now, some of you asked about supplements or, you know, some extra products that I use in order to have you know, all the elements in my body. And I think this is a really important question because when you have such a lifestyle as I do, you need to make sure you get your calcium, magnesium, vitamins, all that stuff. And this is what you can see in my healthy meal ideas videos, that I use a lot of different ingredients. I use quinoa, I use eggs, broccoli, mushrooms, fish, because you can get proteins, a lot of vitamins and all that stuff from those types of food. But I also eat spirulina because you get calcium, you get iron, you get B12, you get, you know, B vitamins and a lot of other elements that your body needs. And I prefer it in a powder form. And usually what I do, I just mix, you know, 1 tablespoon with a banana and I eat that because the taste, it's not the best, so you need to mix it with something. And also a really important thing is to do blood tests, you know, from time to time to see if everything is okay. And yeah. And the next question is about motivation, how to stay motivated. And I touched this subject in one of my videos, and there I said that is not about motivation, it is about understanding. Because with motivation, one day you will have motivation and the next day you will not. It's not something that you can control. But if you understand why you are doing this, if you understand that you can change yourself, you can be who you want to be, you will do it. And I don't know, maybe for me as a motivation was the fact that I pictured myself being with a normal weight without that extra fat. Pictured myself being healthy, that I can be better than this. And I have days in which I feel really rubbish, but The fact that there is progress just really keeps me going. About cheating moments and how I control myself and discipline. And as I said before, I don't have cheating moments. I worked so hard to be who I am right now, so it's really like a nonsense for me. Also, I really like what I eat. I feel really nice. Even if I'm going out and everybody around me eats, I don't know, pizza, ice cream, I can always just eat some kind of salad with some vegetables, or maybe some sushi with avocado and salmon, and that's all. I think it's crucial to discipline yourself, to not be like people around you. You don't need to be like people around you. If they want to eat French fries, okay, let them eat. You have your brain and you have your priorities. And some people can eat whatever they want to eat and they don't gain any weight. And this is how they are basically, and you don't need to look after them. I know and I understand that I am not like them, so I need to control what I put in my mouth. Now, about my workout routine, I work out every day for like 30-35 minutes, and also I try to walk a lot, especially right now because it's spring and it's beautiful outside. If I go somewhere, I will try to organize myself, organize my time, so that I can have enough time to walk to my destination. Right now I do my workout at home. I used to go to the gym for a very long period of time, I think for like 2 years, doing there some aerobics, some cardio, some Taebo, for like 1 hour or like 2 hours. I was very exhausted, so I just decided to switch to another routine. So what I usually do, I start with just the warm-up, for a few minutes. Then I do the belly fat burner HIIT workout from Fitness Blender. There you have X burpees, what else? 2 jack jumps plus 4 high knees, flutter kick squats, butt kickers, up and out jacks, static squats, and a lot of other things. And I think that is a great small program. And after that I like to do some extra, squats, some outside leg lifts, rear leg raise, something, like this. And I'm usually doing 15 repetitions for each exercise in 2 sets. And then of course at the end I need to do a cool down, I need to do a stretch. I think this is enough for me. I don't need to have, a lot of muscles, a lot of, I don't know, big muscles. I just need to be toned. And I like to switch up my routine every month. So for example, I will do this for this month, and next month I will do something different. I try to work out every day, but I'm not doing my program only when, for example, I'm very sick and I just can't. And if I have, I don't know, if I have a long flight or I need to go somewhere and I just don't have the possibility. About loose skin, I have loose skin. But because I'm young and because I lost those kilograms in a longer period of time, it's not as obvious, or I should say I don't have as much as, for example, someone who lose weight, let's say 30 kilograms in 4 months, which is not healthy, and I don't recommend rushing it. But I still have some loose skin and I can feel it. I can see it on top of my muscles, and I don't like my loose skin. Sometimes I just really feel like some kind of flying squirrel or something like that. And of course the only thing I can do is surgery, but I don't care for that. My loose skin is just like a reminder of who I was, as well as my stretch marks. Now somebody asked about the boobs. The thing is that I was not having big boobs when I was overweight, and right now I feel like I have 0. But I don't care so much because I was more of a butt girl anyway. I don't like big boobs on myself. But if you have big boobs and you are losing weight, probably those will go down a bit. Oh, and a lot of people ask me how tall I am. I am 5'7". I also get asked a lot, how can you lose weight for, you know, from a certain part? For example, you have big cheeks or you have big arms. And I don't think you can do this. I mean, if you are losing weight, you lose it everywhere. So if you are thin but your cheeks are big, or if you are thin but your arms are big, I think this is just your morphology. And yeah. Another interesting question was about living with your parents and losing weight. What to do if your parents just eat differently. And I will suggest to go with your parents to grocery store to buy the ingredients together, and also to talk with them and to explain what you want to eat and why you are doing this. And I understand that this is a big problem because, for example, my family, it's a lot of just typical Moldavian food, and we just a lot of meat, dairy, fried food, really nasty and bad fats. And every time I go home, my father buys stuff for me because he knows that otherwise I just don't have what to eat. But now they also try to eat more healthy, and I can see, you know, an improvement, and I'm really glad about it. In the beginning they were just like, oh, you need to eat meat, you need to eat dairy, but after like a year and a half, they just stopped saying that. I thought this is really funny because when I was a big girl, they always were saying that you don't need to eat that, you are fat, you don't need to eat that. After I started, you know, losing weight, they started saying the opposite. So I don't know how these things are working. And one more question about workout. It is okay to work out in the evenings. I think it's totally fine. For example, sometimes I can work out in the evening, sometimes I can work out in the morning. It really depends, you know, how busy I am and how I organize myself, and yeah, I think that's totally fine. Some people ask me if I'm following a specific training program or who are my inspiration. My biggest inspiration is myself. I know this is kind of selfish, but I don't follow anyone. I can appreciate, you know, the hard work someone else did, but I really trust in myself. I know that I can do it. I know that I am capable of a lot of things, and I know that I can be who I want to be, because we create ourselves and not somebody else's personality. If I feel like my personality changed with the loss of weight, and the answer is yes, but I think this is also because of, you know, time. It was a longer period of time, so we all change in time. And some things that I achieved in these years were volition. I feel like my level of volition is just so high right now. And respect for myself, for what I'm capable of. Also, I don't have so much anxiety as I used to, because basically I don't care so much about what people need to say about me, because only I know who I am, and my boyfriend. And at the end, I just need to mention probably the most important thing, that I'm glad that I had this experience. I am glad that I was who I was and I am who I am right now, because definitely this journey taught me a lot of things, and I am really grateful. And a lot of the time people ask me about the secret. What is the secret? And I always say the secret is in you. You are who you want to be. You create yourself, and that's all. If I can do it, you can do it too. Trust me. Okay? Okay.